Okay, we are here with
Tony,
from.
the Adolescents.
So how's the tour going so far?
It's been great. It's all done now. It's been a good tour.
So you guys are going back home after
Yeah.
this? Right on. I had a question for you. What is the difference between the '80s shows and the nowadays shows? I mean,
Well, a lot. In the '80s, we only played in California, so we never left California. At least in the early '80s, I don't think we. I personally never left the state. I didn't leave the state of California until 1986 or '87. So, for me, it's just generally the shows that we would play before then. I knew everybody. So when we go into a town now, we don't know everybody. Matter of fact, we go into towns we don't know anybody. So it's like it's different. It's a different feeling. You gotta everywhere you go, and including especially. I didn't used to believe this about the United States, but especially in the United States, as much as in Europe, is you go from one region of the United States to another, people are completely different. We have a lot of very rich historical and cultural and ethnic mix in this country that is different from region to region, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome. But you have to learn a little bit about where you're going, because if you don't and you just walk in, you can do or say something that's totally inappropriate, bums everybody out. You get a lot of sour faces. So, but that's the biggest difference. Is just between then and now is just the level of knowledge of the audience when they go in.
Okay, I have a question for you. You played you played in a lot of different bands. I know you played in Abandon. You did some stuff with White Flag. What are some of the other bands you played with through the years?
Gosh, I did stuff with White Flag.
I have a 7-inch with you on it, actually.
Yeah, I do occasionally do things with them. I've done a few records with them.
And Pat Smear played with you guys, right?
He played in the Adolescents for a period of time in the '80s.
How was that?
Oh, he's great.
With Pat?
Pat's wonderful. We've over the years we've done stuff with him. Not in the same band, but we did shows with the Germs even in the last 5 years, and that was a good time. Pat's fun, and he's a neat guy. I was in a band called ABZ. I was in a band called the Flower Leopards.
Yes, I have a compilation with you guys on that, actually.
I sang for that band. They were a band from neighborhood where I was living. Great band, really good band. A band called God Riot 73, same thing, just happened to be a band that was in the neighborhood I lived in, and I played with them. Same with the Abandoned.
What other members were in the Abandoned?
Well, there's been a lot of different versions of the band, but none of those guys were played in the Adolescents. One of the drummers of the Abandoned later played in Flower Leopards with me, and that was Matt Young. He's in Alaska now. He lives in Alaska. That was it. Yeah, none of those other guys, the other Flower Leopards, none of those guys ever played in my other bands. So it was pretty unique to that West Covina area.
How did you guys get started as the Adolescents? How did you guys form?
I used to go see Agent Orange, and Steve was the bass player, and he said he was thinking of leaving the band and starting a band, and he and I had a lot in common. We were friends. I used to follow their band around, and he said, if I started another band, would you be interested in singing? And I said, well, I haven't never really sung before, but yeah, that would be fun. Certainly have the desire to do it and the interest, and he's a pretty capable writer. So that's what started it. He introduced me to Frank, and
Thanks
kind
for
of went from there.
It's unbelievable.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. And that's pretty much what started this long relationship.
I have a question for you that I'm very interested in. I heard that you were in a Tupperware pots and pans type band when you were like 16 years
It
old?
was earlier than that. I was about 12. Yeah.
Do you have any recordings of that? I would love to hear it.
There may be some around. I don't know if it might, because it was my brother and I, and my brother Tad said that he had seen some of this stuff floating around on eBay about 12 years ago or something, but pretty early in the eBay game, because I tried to track it, I couldn't find it, because whoever had it had to have gotten it out of,
It's somebody you knew, right?
Yeah, it had to be somebody that got a hold of it. But yeah, we used it was Tupperware, pots, pans, a bass guitar, and what was called an Optagon organ.
Awesome, man.
Optagon was an interesting organ. You put a flexi disc into it, and then it would play loops, and then you'd play keyboards over the loops. It was very.
So you also write. You also write a lot of poetry and.
Oh yeah, and I write a lot of essays and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, you can find that stuff's all over the internet.
Right on, man.
I don't sell it. It's just something I do a lot of writing, and I've been in a kind of a political banter with a school board member for about 2 or 3 years, so you can find stuff out there. It's very regional. It's me really going back and forth with the school board guy who shouldn't be the more I learn about school boards, the more I can say that city governments and school boards are pretty much locked hand in hand, and they have a lot of interest, and it's all about property, and there's a lot of when I say a lot, like millions of dollars of money that's involved in it. So it's really sad and crooked, and the people that are harmed the most by it are the kids that are supposed to be getting the benefits of it. So it's just sad.
See, okay. The last question is, what is your favorite scene from Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke?
When he tells Tommy Chong to call that pendejo means friend, and so when he doesn't have a chance to try it out, but then when he pulls up to the neighborhood and he starts yelling at him, "Hey, hi, pendejo!" So that's my favorite scene. I love that scene. I can watch that one. I can loop it and just laugh my ass off over and over about it. It's just like
Strawberry.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it's the Hungarian phrase book, that Cheech and Chong gag, where all the phrases in the book are wrong. So when people go out and they use them, they get punched, and it's the Hungarian. So what they did with Cheech and Chong pretty much ran the Hungarian phrase book gag, but very, very short version of it. It's fucking hilarious.
I love that movie, man. Yeah. I do have a couple more questions. Okay, what are you listening to nowadays? Like, do you pull any new influences into the band, or?
Well, I listen to music all the time. The thing about me is that I don't really listen to. I don't really like listen to new music. I listen to whatever comes my way. Some of it might be new. Like, I like this band, the Love Sores, which is Scott Drake of the Humpers, his band.
Okay, yeah, the Humpers are good.
They're a great band.
Yeah, they're great.
So there's a 45 of theirs that I listen to, and I've been listening to a Can, that German band, and lately, like on this trip, I've been listening to mostly the Kinks. I've been listening to Village Green, and I've been listening to something else. It's been pretty consistent. So, but when you see live music every day, it's like really I've been seeing Youth Brigade every night, pretty much. So for the last 10 days, and before that, I listen at home, like Fu Manchu. I really like them.
Did you did some kind of collaboration with those guys, right?
Those guys.
Did you sing with a couple?
I did a vocal version with them playing Things Start Moving, and they rock that song. They're fucking Godzilla. And then but I'm listening to them, and I've been listening to Off.
Yeah, I saw those guys a few months back. It was awesome.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, I'm listening to Off, and one of my neighbors brought by the new Red Cross record, so when I get home, that's probably where it'll be up on the turntable when I get back. And when we were touring, we toured with the Zero Boys. I was listening to the Zero Boys for a lot, and a band from France called the Burning Heads, who are fantastic. Another French band called the Uncommon Men from Mars, who are also very good. Dean Dirge, another band from over there, Sperm Birds, a German band. We're listening to a lot of European bands. Old rock band from Finland called Smack. I've been listening to them. So there's always something.
Cool, man. Right on. Well, I guess that includes our conversation.
And good luck with your record store.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Very nice
on
to
that.
meet you.
Thank you.